if the average index is 11, the best performing funds are 24%. So I just want to ask you one question, ladies and gentlemen, that in a year where we've been busy selling gold and bond and this, that and the other, action तो कहीं और हो रहा है. Action तो equity में चल रहा है, boss. And here we're busy selling everything else. So this entire discussion about what's good for the customer, what's good for the advisor, all that is, I completely agree to it. But there is one more lesson I've learned in life after being in the mutual fund industry. Whatever asset is selling, uska opposite hi karo. And whatever asset is redeeming, buy that. Your clients will make money. You can see that. I mean, these are just 1 year numbers. I'll show you some more numbers. I will show you some more numbers, but just very quickly, this is just stuff. This is Access Mutual Fund learning. We're now 4 years old. We don't consider ourselves new in the business, but we're like kind of 4 years old now. We learned this very early. We learned that mutual funds are the girlfriend I will not marry. This is what we learned very early. 4 years ago we learned this, because investors have not been looking to buy mutual funds. They don't look at us like marriage partner, girlfriend. And the reason for that is point number 3. Everyone now has come to the conclusion that investor wants absolute return. He doesn't care आपकी engine में कैसा क्या पुर्जा चलता है, उसको कोई मतलब नहीं है. आपने क्या खरीदा, ये फंड वो फंड, कोई मतलब नहीं रखता. He only wants absolute return. And if all of this is true, then the requirement of a customer is in this order. There is no denying that the Indian investor, and perhaps globally this is true, investors need this, which we all know, but what we end up giving the investor is actually this. And that is where the gap is. So what I just want to do over the next couple of slides is leave you this one thought, that at the end of it, our jobs and your jobs is actually not about managing money. It all comes down to managing risk. And I will tell you why I said that. Managing risk ka matlab. Basically, if a fund falls less, if you just fall less, you will come out better on the other side. So as a fund house or as a fund management company or as distribution partners or as advisors, I think the job is not about asset management. It's now becoming more about risk management. And Hansi spoke about it yesterday. I picked up on 2 or 3 things she said, and there's just been so much discussion around it, around the tables. Asset allocation funds, hybrid funds, capital protection funds fall less. Investors hate volatility. They love predictability. Just fall less and you will look better. But what is happening on the equity side? On equity, I have taken the worst period, 2008 to 2013. Investors have made average 5%, average. In the worst phase, they made an average of 5%. I am, in my personal portfolio, 100% equity investor. My own portfolio, CAGR, even today, is 8%. I'm okay. Chalega. On SIP, in the same period, it's 7.3%. Remember, these are average numbers. I'll show you something more. This is something which we figured out literally about, I think, a week ago. In SIP, if you had discontinued in 2011, you would have made negative 14. If you just continued with the SIP and done nothing, you would have made almost 9%. So, boss, kya bura hai equity mein? I'm questioning the very thought of an asset class that has been thrown out of the window. Why? It is delivering, and in the worst phase. And the last thing I just want to leave behind is that at the end of all of this, it all boils down to risk. So something that we are very passionately, concerned about is tracking risk. Our numbers on performance are looking. That's a separate matter. That we're looking good. That's a separate matter. But on risk, we look at that like a microscope. I mean, it's just every day. That's why all these parameters. The last thing on my slides, in summary, is that wealth is only created in crisis. If I'm an investor, I should be praying कि मेरी जिंदगी में 4 crises आ जाएं, and that's when I'll create real wealth. And in these times, I think all of this set of kind of putting equity in some form or the other and not staying out of it is perhaps required. Last, I just want to end by saying that, gentlemen, become corporate athletes. And with that, thanks a lot. See you next year.